Welcome to this week's episode of 15 Minutes of Fame. This is where we choose members of the Talent Hunters community and we put the spotlight on them to make them be more visible to the other members of this global community. So sit back, relax, and here we go with our next guest. Thanks for being here. Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to this week's 15 Minutes of Fame, and I'm really excited to introduce someone who's become a friend in the industry. So Jerry, welcome. How are you doing today?
Thanks, Claire. Nice to see you again. I'm doing great this morning. The sun is shining after a crazy day of weather yesterday here in Kaapstad. You know how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting used to this Cape weather at the moment. And you weren't always in Kaapstad, were you? When we first met, you were actually in the Big Smoke. You were in Johannesburg too. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey.
Born and bred, Joburg boykie. Only moved to Cape Town in May 2020, which was 2 months after lockdown. Best move in my life. I think I've like 8 or 10 times. I counted about 12 trucks on the way from Joburg to Cape Town, so it was the best drive of my life. No one has to know how fast I drove, but yeah, very.
That's excellent. Okay, so you've been in Cape Town for quite a while now. Are you now classed as a local?
Yes, for sure. I even have an accent sometimes, you know.
I love that. Jerry, tell me, how did you fall into this wonderful world of recruitment? Because it's always an interesting story to hear for other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, mine is a little bit of a shy one, I guess. I don't know. You know, imposter syndrome is real. I wrote an article about that a while back, but you know what? It's really helped me to make myself. But yeah, how I fell into recruitment. Well, a couple of years back, unfortunately, a deceased friend of mine gave me a call, and she was like, "Jerry, I've got a contract for you for 3 months." Now, people will ask me, like, why do you even consider a contract of 3 months? Because guess what? I had failed business at the time, right? So I was at my wit's end. I was like struggling to make ends meet. And I was just like, you know what? This world is too much for me to handle. But she gave me a call, gave me this contract. And after 3 months, the business turned around and said, "Hey, do you want to be permanent?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And there we
Brilliant.
went.
And which company was that?
That was Intellect, actually.
That was Intellect. Okay, amazing. And so what were you doing before Intellect days?
Well, before Intellect, I was working at a company called DHL Express, a courier company. I was managing like on-site, they call them in-houses at like Mercedes and things like that, just for their operational requirements with regards to consignments, so shipments going abroad. And yeah, I mean, after that, a partner of mine, we went to a business for entertainment, so singers, actors, and you know, shows at like corporate events and things like that.
Very cool.
And I just think maybe the passion wasn't there, so you know, it died out of it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, brilliant. So now, what are you doing now? So you're no longer at Intellect. Where are you working?
So now, currently, I'm working at a startup called NNW Tech Solutions. It's basically founded by 3 ex-Java developers. Very cool.
Oh,
Very much
very
my
cool.
game. And yeah, we're fully remote. We do partner up with some agencies to help them with some of their roles because clients is the biggest problem we're currently facing.
Okay.
The roles that
So what services does the company provide? So you say you're looking for clients. Like what do the clients need to do? I mean, you're not looking
so
to
what we
recruit
do
for
is
them.
we're essentially a labor broker / recruitment company at the moment, just until we
Okay.
kind of like have enough profits going around and we can start taking on projects like a consulting firm at
Okay.
clients for the software development requirements. So we normally
Brilliant.
hire people currently for an investment bank, which is our proud client, and we hire Java devs, C# devs, a bit of Oracle, project managers, business analysts. Yeah.
Okay. That's brilliant. And it's much easier for a company that's owned by Java developers to, to have that as, your opening words when you transition to another Java developer. And I mean, yeah, that's really important. Okay, brilliant. Now, how many people in the company now?
A whole whopping 5.
Wow, so it really is a
But that,
startup, hey?
yeah, that excludes our contractors that we currently have out on the field.
Okay. Okay.
But we can I say the force of the team is 5. Yeah. 2
That's
of us
brilliant.
in Cape Town and 3 in Joburg. Yeah. Sorry.
That's a nice mix as well. So what are you finding out there? I mean, I was actually on a call with a client from the UK yesterday, and they were saying that they want to hire some folks, some developers in Cape Town. And I said, well, when they hear that you're a UK company, they're first of all going to think, awesome, it's going to be remote. And this guy was thinking about doing a hybrid kind of setup. And I said, they're also going to get really excited because I think you're going to pay them lots of money because the pound is so strong compared to the rand. What are the trends that you are seeing out there amongst South African Java developers at the moment? Are they enjoying the let's go back to the office kind of setup or not?
Not really, but it is a bit of a toss-up, if you want to call it. Like, I
Yeah,
would say my split is probably like a 40-60%. 40% of people are like, yeah, you know what, I don't mind the office or whatever. I
yeah,
would say 10% are like that in office every day, which is our client, the investment bank. They do not have a remote policy.
yeah,
So it's quite difficult when you reach out to people. You leave that for the end or sometimes for the beginning when you say, listen, are you open to in office every day? Because people normally fall off their chairs.
yes,
But lockdown spoiled us with
yes,
working remotely, but I do think it is the new way of going. Also,
okay,
consulting. I do see a lot of more contractors out there earning their hours, earning their time, the
yeah.
freedom of when I start, when I end, and all of that. So I do see a big shift
That's
with
another
regards to
positive
that.
that came out of COVID. I think it gave people
Yeah.
people the confidence to say, "Hey, I can actually do this myself. I'm going to set up my own, CC, and I'm going to run my own hours, and this is how I'm going to work."
And you don't
Yeah,
need much, man. Being a software dev, you just need your PC, a client, a project, and here you get
yeah,
going. And then from there,
yeah.
you can move business development internally, obviously, and externally. But look, I've
That's
been
cool.
here since September last year, and yeah, business development is difficult, but I think it's for any company. But we are making some headway, and I just want to say to everybody out there, is just keep going, keep the eye on the ball. We had a chat earlier about your business,
Yes,
and it's just all about discipline. So yeah, sorry.
absolutely. No, 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 but that's great. It's good advice. So when you're working for a company that's owned by 3 Java developers and they say to you, go and find Java developers, like where do they tell you to go and look for the people? Or do you just tap into their networks or are you, hitting up these weird technical
Yeah.
platforms these days? How's it different?
Initially, they were working from LinkedIn only because that's where
Interesting
everybody
for
thinks
developers.
business happens. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
case, right? Because
yeah.
I'll tell you a bit of a secret and something that is that Java developers, let's say IT individuals, are not always on LinkedIn. I would say maybe
100%.
6% is there.
Yeah.
I guess that you probably have better figures. But you have to find them in other places, rocks,
Yeah.
beaches. Okay. What we do is obviously we look at like Stack Overflow or GitHub. We do some
Yes.
Boolean, this famous woman called Nessa Roth trained me once upon a time. And you
Good.
find people all over like that. Yeah. So every
Okay.
platform
For
is a
for me, the
platform to
Java
find
people,
people.
yeah, no, exactly, exactly. The Java people were always a little bit easier because there was always that jug. So the Java users groups that were quite big
Yes.
across most major cities. So I'd always try and find the Java people on like some kind of like a meetup or some kind of community platform or something like that. So I didn't really mind the Java
Absolutely.
too much. Okay, brilliant.
These
And what
joint
have you discovered
workspace.
that's
Sorry,
sorry,
these
carry
joint
on?
workspaces that you get.
Yes.
I'm not a shy guy, or let me say I am a shy guy, but I just put my head out or put my foot forward, and you introduce yourself to people. You know how many software engineers I meet on a daily fly, when I'm out there? Honestly, we
That's
are,
amazing.
we, listen to me, joining the forces, but we are taking over. Everything is going IT, if I can say. Everything is being
Yes.
automated. So yeah, you are going to find these people out there, and they're normal human beings like you and me, man.
Absolutely. They wake up every morning and put their socks on before their shoes.
Right?
So do you literally go and like hit up WeWork, communal work kind of setups and introduce
Yeah.
yourself to people?
Yeah, one of my colleagues here in Cape Town, Amy, she's a marketing and creative director. So she does everything from websites to whatever. We like to collab now and then. We are a bit of hermit type people, both of us, but we do
Yeah.
like a bit of human presence every now and then. So every
Nice,
second week
nice.
we meet up either at my place, her place, or a communal setup. And yeah, I always just ask from the waiter to the guy next door, hey, Jerry, how are you? So,
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is so
yeah.
cool. I think that could be the new way of recruiting because a lot
Yeah.
of these people do sit at these, communal workspaces. That's brilliant. And now tell me, what's new? What have you discovered out there that's new? How are you embracing AI? Is there anything you want to leave with our listeners that's really making a difference in your life? Like, what's your favorite?
Yeah, I think, what's new for me specifically is AI, to be honest. I've been telling you I'll join your training for a while. And then I just went on a bit of self-training at one stage. I also went to Recruiters Unite a while back when I saw you there and you spoke about AI and how it changed your life with what is your
My
Van
custom-made
Right?
GPT.
Yeah, Van Rato, is it? Lerato and
Yeah,
Vanessa together in
yeah.
one. Yeah. I love that,
Scary
by the way.
images.
Yeah, so I'm looking at my kind of desk, can I say now, and looking at how can I automate most of my processes. I am a
Yeah.
one-man show. Yes, I'm head of recruitment, but here's the head and here's the
But it
rest.
still makes it
So
easier, doesn't it?
yeah,
It's
well,
still, I mean, to automate makes it. So I'm going to give you two things here.
please.
Magical Chrome extension, brilliant for automating messages. Okay, that's one of my favorites. And the
Oh,
second one is go and play with a tool called Zapier.
oh,
Zapier.
seen it.
It's great for setting up automations with different things that you are doing. So go and have a play around because you're right. I mean, if you automate, you get more efficient, right?
Yeah, then I can call more people and talk more smack. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly, and that's what you're good at. That's why you went into this
Wonderful,
industry, just
man. Yeah.
to talk crap with people, right?
Yeah, basically. Like, what, man, I've never claimed a title of recruiter ever in my life because I don't recruit people. I just connect with them with a great opportunity. And I think if you can have that in mind, you will relate with people more because you will kind of put
Exactly.
yourself in their shoes. Like, okay,
Yeah,
recruiter number 640. How do I say no
yeah,
to you politely? So
yeah.
you've got to find a
Yeah.
way to relate. Anyway, from
And that's no, but that's really good advice. And I think that you've got to, that's the way you've got to think of it. I mean, you're also in this for the long term. You're a career recruiter. That's how I see you. And,
yeah,
you don't want to be burning bridges and you just want to, you never know. You never know, what's going to happen further down the line. Now, Jerry,
yeah.
you've been amazing in our community. You've been very
Thank
active.
you.
You kind of jumped onto the community and came in all guns blazing, which I loved. There was a lot of interaction and a lot of reactions and things like that. How can the community assist you? I mean, what would you like from us?
Thank you so much, Van. I think just more of what you just gave me now. Tips like Zapier or go and look at this. Guys, I found this is not going to change your life, but it might change your word
Yeah,
construction. Great.
yeah,
That's that I
yeah,
need. English is my first tongue. So I think we all need a bit of assistance here and there, and it doesn't matter what it
yeah.
is. So yeah, please. Clients, if there's any clients out there, hi, I'm here. I promise I'll make you famous. For me, it's
That's
also
good. And what about
saying,
like collaborating? I mean, you mentioned at the beginning that you also partner with agencies. So, like, what if
yeah.
you were to find some like solo independent recruiters who maybe want to partner with you?
Yeah, I partnered with an agency in PE. I just haven't had an opportunity to yet service their roles. But we have also partnered with Paracon, and we had a successful hire about a year ago through them. It was before my time from
Okay,
Absa. But yeah, we're happy to partner. Obviously,
okay, good.
when we partner, we would discuss like maybe a 50-50% split, but I don't want to get into details. But I think, yeah, biggest
That's cool.
assistance is just, any tools to make your life easier,
Yeah.
automated, just fun. I think
Exactly.
I'm
So that they're out there, like we may as well use them. So cool. So guys, if you think you can help Jerry and you can partner with him and you can, make some money together, then get hold of him. Very easy to find Jerry online, I must admit. And Jerry, I just want to say thank you for your time. It's been an awesome conversation. I've really, really enjoyed it. Any parting thoughts you want to leave us with?
Any parting thoughts? You know what? Yeah, like I said earlier, try and find a way to relate with people. I must be honest, people have always asked me, how do I do what I do?
Yeah.
Even my ex-company, Intellect, they're very much about analyzing how we do things and how we get some places. And that's really helped me ground myself or find myself, essentially. But putting into words something that innately just happens authentically is difficult. And how I kind of sum it up
Exactly.
is relating with others. If once you
Exactly.
relating for me means I understand what you're going through, Van. So let me try and see it from your eyes and then go for this journey
Absolutely.
with you next to me walking this path. I think that's the magic.
100%. And I think that that's the thing with behind this community is like people are signing up and saying like, wow, this is amazing. Must have taken you forever to set up. And isn't it taking a lot of time? I'm like, no, because I'm like you. I sit and work from home by myself and
Mm.
it's my way of communicating with people. And I love to share and put things out there. So it's a very specific personality type that I think we have the same personality that actually makes our jobs really easy. I heard a really
Yeah.
good saying that we'll close with, saying that never try and recruit someone until you've walked 100 miles in their shoes, unless they're wearing Crocs, because then you don't have to do that. So
I love that, right? Always have a
then
joke.
no one has
But
to
that's
put
very
themselves
true,
through
though.
that. Yeah, it's
Very
true,
true.
isn't it?
A lot of people have also asked me, do I need to understand IT to recruit IT? No,
No.
not all of it. Surface level.
Yeah.
Understand how the layers work. Understand what the person goes through. When they say
Yeah.
6,000 lines of code, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
Time, effort, thinking, frustration, cigarettes,
Absolutely.
coffees, whiskeys, whatever. So yeah, I agree with you. That 100
And
miles,
make
that's
YouTube
who
your
I
friend
become.
because
Yeah.
YouTube is actually that's how I taught myself how to be a tech recruiter, is to understand the tech first because it
Mm.
actually makes your life a whole lot easier.
Much easier. You can have a flowing conversation. And also, guess what? Your candidate, I hate saying that, person on the other side
Yeah.
literally goes, well, this person actually knows some shit. Let
Yeah.
me tell some stuff. Let me talk to
Yeah.
them. So,
Exactly. And it makes so much difference from someone who doesn't. So
yeah,
that's good.
true.
Anyway, Jerry, let's wrap it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate your
Thank you.
time. And we look forward to seeing you being more active in the community. Keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do some more posts and you can tell me if I should be have it removed or not. I'm kidding. All right. Thanks a
Never.
lot. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Bye.